Hey everybody. I'm doing a little bit of homestead catch up today, trying to get caught up with some of the things that have been falling by the wayside. And unfortunately, video editing is one of those things. So the video you're about to watch was actually filmed a month ago. So please bear with me. You're going to hear me in the video reference August. You're going to hear me reference our Wisconsin trip. All of those things obviously already happened. I have not absolutely lost my mind. I just fell off the wagon and didn't handle things I needed to. But I wanted to get the content out so you guys could see what had been going on. I'm going to resume a normal recording and posting schedule very soon. Thank you so much for being patient with me. This summer was crazier than I expected, and I hope you guys all enjoyed it as much as I did. Hey everybody, we are in my potato patch today, and I am harvesting potatoes, and I figured since it's been a while since I did a video, y'all could watch me get some potatoes out of the garden. I have been very busy recently trying to get a lot of stuff handled, and I figured that since I have been so busy and I have been neglecting my YouTube responsibilities, you know, bringing content to you great people, I should probably get off my butt and do something about it. I was actually out here working on these potatoes for a while now, and then I'm like, oh wait, yeah, I could totally do a video about this. It's funny how life just gets you busy and you just forget about things sometimes. But I'm pretty happy with my potato harvest so far. Most of them have been kind of on the smaller side, which the bed that I planted in was actually kind of rocky. And I was hoping that I had pulled enough of the rocks out to not have it affect the potatoes, but it definitely did. And then I'm also dealing with this. That is where a vole ate my potato. This is no good now. Chucking it in the compost. So I have some pests in my garden that I need to take care of. And I was dealing with the voles by putting dog poop on top of the holes, and it actually works, okay? The problem is that I'm often barefoot in my garden. Yes, I'm gross. I don't know exactly why I like being barefoot in the garden. I think it grounds me. I hate shoes. I honestly hate shoes. I hate them especially in the summer. And I think that that's a big part of the reason why I don't wear shoes out here, because I don't necessarily have to. But, oh, another one. Damn it. But if I put dog poop on top of vole holes, you guys are crooked, I'm sorry, then I can't exactly walk around barefoot. So, my life problems. Look guys, that's a big one. I don't know if that's bigger. Look at the size of this one. Like, those are both pretty big ones. It's pretty exciting experience pulling your food out of the ground. Highly recommend to anyone. Another freaking bowl. Are you kidding me? Between the voles and the chickens, I am not going to be able to eat any potatoes or tomatoes in my garden. It's frustrating. The chickens keep breaking in here in my garden and stealing all of my tomatoes. I didn't think chickens were supposed to eat tomatoes, okay? Look, I got little fingerlings. But yet, my chickens don't stop eating everything. They're eating my squash, which, not my yellow squash. I have yellow squash coming out of my nose. I have so much of it, okay? You think they could eat that? No. Look at that one. No, it's cute. I like that one. So they're eating everything in my garden. And what they're not eating, the voles are eating. but they're not touching my zucchini. They're not touching my yellow squash. They're eating all the things I want to eat. I was so excited about potatoes and tomatoes. Okay, so I hate tomatoes. Funny story about me. I hate tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes. I think they're gross. I planted 22 varieties of tomatoes, guys. And you might be like, well, Amanda, if you hate tomatoes, why the heck would you plant 22 varieties? And the answer, my friends, is simple. Apparently, store-bought tomatoes taste like disappointment. And for those of you who know, you know, okay? Every variety of tomato I planted is a variety I've never heard of in my life. And I'm actually pretty excited to have some more of them ripen that I can actually eat, that my chickens don't get to first. But I planted all these varieties of tomatoes in hopes that I would find a tomato that I like, because I've never been much of a tomato person. These freaking chickens, do you see them back here? Those are the babies Henrietta hatched out. They're always in my garden now. They're like little, I'm gonna turn them into chicken nuggets. Okay, not really, but like I want to. So, like I was saying, I'll pick another one. I thought if I planted all these varieties of tomatoes that I could find one I liked. And guess what, guys? I totally did. I think it's the Sunrise Bumblebee is the one I like. It is so sweet. It is the best freaking tomato I have ever had in my life. And I am going to grow at least like probably 4 or 5 plants of that next year, because it is so freaking good. Like, I will pop these suckers off the vine and put them in my mouth. I have never done that with tomato before. Never, well, I take it back. I have done it. I've never done it and enjoyed it. And these tomatoes, oh, guys, if you're not a huge tomato person, these are sweet, and they have a very small hint of that tomatoey flavor, but otherwise they're really sweet and they're so good. And honestly, I was gonna dehydrate a bunch of them this year, just to eat, like, you know, like fruit leather almost. And they aren't making it there. They are not making it to my dehydrator, because honestly, they're lucky if they make it in my house. I eat most of what I pick, and then I give them to other people right away so that they can enjoy them too. As you can see, my helpers have decided to come closer. And honestly, I'm just gonna kind of let them do their thing, because they're actually doing me a favor loosening up the soil right now, which will make my job a little easier. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get the angles right. So, there's a little tiny baby tomato right there, you see it? Barely worth saving, but saving it anyways. So then what I do after I pull the plant out is I just kind of go through with my hands and move everything out of the way. And I find all the stragglers, because there will be some. And I have all of this straw that I used as mulch so that these guys would stay nice and moist, and I wouldn't have to water them as frequently. It actually worked out very nicely. Look at that. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of exciting. Oh, this is gross. This is what's left of the tomato I the potato I planted. I planted all these potatoes early this spring and kind of let them do their thing. It's the first time I've ever planted potatoes before, and I'm not doing half bad. I did plant another bed, and they did do a little bit better in that bed. Actually, they did quite a bit better in that bed. And I think that's because the soil over there is looser, so it's not as rocky. They didn't have as much to contend with. They're not bad size. These are little fingerling potatoes. They're not supposed to get super big. So that's about the size they're supposed to be, maybe a little bit bigger. But they didn't do too horrible. I just didn't have as much production as I thought I was going to. But like, this is a rock. This is a rock. Like, I have a lot of rocks in here, so that's kind of the unfortunate part of this. And I did, oh my goodness, guys. I did till, but it has not done a whole lot of good. Like, the soil's actually really compact here. And I added compost, which I thought would help loosen it up. But it has not done a super amazing job. And yes, I know the bed is a little dry right now. I did that on purpose. I wanted the ground to be fairly dry when I went to go harvest. Still pulling out rocks. What are you looking at? Do you see this? I get no respect. So, I did want the ground to be a little dry. Maybe not as dry as it is. But I did stop watering these guys for about a week now, I think it's been. But they were really heavily mulched. Like, I had probably at least a good foot, maybe more, of mulch on them. When I mix all the soil back in this bed, I'm actually going to leave some of the straw really decomposed a lot, and I'm actually going to leave that in the soil so that it'll help give a little bit of it'll help keep the soil loose. The decomposing matter will give a little bit of nutrients. If I would have used hay, it would have actually given it more nutrients. Straw is kind of, there's not as many nutrients in it as there is hay. That's part of the reason why you feed hay to your farm animals. You would not feed straw to your farm animals. You would use that for like bedding. Yeah, not a horrible harvest so far. And I'm out here. I'm like super scrubby clothes. This says sarcasm is a state of mind on it, but it's super faded. It's one of my favorite shirts though, because it's super comfy. And I'm wearing some scrubby shorts because I am filthy. So no point in looking cute right now, right? Like, might as well just be in gross clothes when you're getting dirty and stinky and sweaty. And gardening is dirty work. Not gonna act like it's not. But I don't mind that. I actually love it. I love getting my hands dirty. I'm a ceramicist. I haven't been in a studio in a long time, and I don't have a home studio right now. But I'm a ceramic artist. I make things out of clay. I was actually, before we moved here, before COVID more specifically, I was actually trying to get a business going with my art and start selling. And it was doing okay actually, but then kind of came to a point where COVID happened, and then we didn't have a chance for me to get to a studio, and I kind of had a home studio, but I didn't have a kiln. And for those of you who don't know much about pottery, you need a kiln to be able to fire your clay, and that's what makes it hard. It's not like an air dry clay. So I had to kind of put the pause button on that. And it actually kind of makes me really sad. I liked getting muddy. I liked sticking my hands in the clay. I liked wedging the clay. I liked all of it. I liked playing on the wheel and making a mess, and it was all super amazing and fun and enjoyable for me. So I don't mind getting dirty at all. It is actually probably one of my favorite pastimes, which is kind of weird as an adult to say. Like, oh, I like to get muddy and dirty. Actually kind of sounds a little weird, but it is what it is, I guess. So, and as you can see, I'm out here, no gloves. I really don't mind it. I really like getting messy. And I think that's why I like gardening. I don't mind the bugs. As a matter of fact, hang on a second. Okay, so I was going through the garden. I'll show you guys something. I found this guy. I'm trying not to disturb him because he's kind of sleeping right now. Let's see if I can get him out on a rock. Look at that. That, my friends, is a banana slug. It's a sleepy banana slug, but it's a banana slug. He's a big guy. These guys, like when I lived in Wisconsin, we had these, it's kind of gross. Like they feel sticky but dry at the same time. It's part of the reason why I've got him in here with all this substrate. I'm also trying to save him from my chickens because they will absolutely eat him. So I'm gonna find some of this damp stuff. I've got him in a little berry container and I'm hiding him away from these guys. Banana slugs are not really great for your garden, so he will be getting rehomed to another area of my yard. But I wanted to give him a fighting chance. And I see Henrietta has joined her babies over here. We wanted to your screen time. Are you ready for your close-up, Henrietta? Henrietta is my most friendly chicken. She is a sweet, sweet girl, aren't you? Are you gonna peck me now? She will actually let me pick her up. What'd you think, lady? None of my other chickens will do that. Like, none of them. What do you think? You gonna go help? Who'd have thought I would have had a best friend chicken? Okay, you, sir. I'm pretty sure that's a roux. Which stinks. Because I don't want any more roux. Oh well. Farm life. The unfortunate thing is that if I can't rehome them, then things might not look so good for them because I cannot have, I think as of right now, I have three roosters I'm definitely keeping. 2 at least that Henrietta hatched out. Maybe more, I don't know. I know for sure 2 of them are roosters though. So I'm kind of sad about that. And then I think I might have 1 other. No, I take it back. There's 2 more that I know for a fact are roosters. And then I think I have 1 other that might be a rooster. So that's like 5, 7, maybe 8 roosters. And I only have 25 hens. So I cannot have 8 roosters with 25 hens. 3 is even a little bit of a stretch. Oh my gosh, this is a big one, guys. Holy smokes. That is a big old plant. Like, look how thick that is. Ah. Are you kidding me, man? That was such, and look, they're purple on the inside even. I pulled it out, I was like, this is a big one. Freaking voles. I can feel where the vole tunnels are in here. Kind of want to stick some poop in there, but I can't because I'm trying to plant and I can't exactly put dog poop where I'm trying to plant. I am, however, going to find some other holes in the garden and stick some dog poop in those because they did tunnel up in a few areas that aren't in my garden beds or aren't where I'm planning to plant. So I can absolutely plant some dog poop in the holes and hopefully that will keep them from coming back. I'm also going to look into those little spinny windmill thingies that you can put in your garden because apparently those can actually help, like the vibrations, I guess, keep them away. Which is definitely a preferable way to do things for me. I'm trying to garden organically, and I don't want to put a bunch of chemicals or poisons in my soil. I really just kind of want to leave it as natural as I can. And I absolutely have been looking into ways to humanely get rid of them as well, because I don't want to murder them unless I have to. And honestly, that's not off the table entirely. I'm trying to prevent it, because I mean, they deserve a chance too. But man, it's frustrating coming through here and being all excited. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have so much potatoes, and then I've already had to throw so many into the compost. I guess that's gardening. Sitting down, taking a break, gonna have a drink of water, relax a little bit. I've gotten all the potatoes out. Now I'm going to amend the bed, which means I'm going to put some more compost in there. And then I'm going to, I'm actually going to set the sprinkler on it for a while. And let the sprinkler just kind of go back and forth just enough to get the bed wet. One of the things I'm going to be doing over the next couple months is, once I pull everything out, I'm going to start amending each of the beds. I'm going to build up the soil. I'm going to use the cinder blocks to make the raised beds, and just getting the garden ready for next year. I am probably going to plant some more garlic. We had a bumper crop of garlic, guys. I am not going to be hurting for garlic for a while. I have enough garlic to probably last me a whole year. I'm actually thinking about selling some, either as seed garlic or as just using, because I have so much of it. I'm never going to be able to use it all. But I love garlic, and I'm planning on pickling some of it. Especially, we had this Spanish red, it's kind of like a spicy garlic, and I feel like it would be great for pickling. So I'm planning on pickling some garlic. I'm going to probably do that this winter, just because I'm assuming that when I get back, I'm going to have a lot of tomatoes to can. So that is going to be my end of summer. I haven't done any canning yet, like none. Not that that's a horrible thing, but it's August. Most people are like well into their canning season, and I am just over here slacking off. So I've got to get a lot of stuff taken care of and handled, and then get ready to have a better garden next year. I'm hoping the raised beds will help with the weeds. The weeds absolutely overtook everything this year. My squash bed in the back, I have tons of squash. I have pumpkins, I have patty pan squash, I have what other kinds? I have like a Lakota. I think it's like an heirloom looking squash. It's really cool. But I planted them primarily for the animals, because they're like a long keeping squash. My plan is to store them and then feed them to the chickens and the goats and everybody throughout the winter. And I did have one grow, and the freaking chickens ate it. So we'll have to see. There's lots of blossoms on all of them, so I'm expecting potentially more squash, and those should be good in the ground until well into October. So there's still plenty of time for them to grow. I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I had to protect my tomatoes because the chickens are jerks. Hang on, I'll show you guys. So chickens were getting in and eating all of my tomatoes. Look at all these tomatoes, guys. So many. Oh, I have a bee who's trying to be my friend. But I had to take this electric fencing, and it's not electrified right now. Like, I don't have any electricity running to it, but they were getting in here and eating all of my tomatoes. Let's see if I can, see, look. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's the remnants of a tomato they ate. Just hanging on the plant. I should probably take it off, so the plant doesn't try to fix itself. But yeah, it's the kind of crap they've been doing. So I grounded them, and I'm hoping that this will help the people who are going to be house sitting for us, not have to worry about keeping them out of here as much. And the nice thing is it's pretty easy to get into here. Like, I can just reach in from here, you know, that's pretty easy. But look, guys, I have little babies ripening, and then look at these guys. They're super cool. They're like this purpley color. Super excited about them. Getting hit in the face by tomato plants. They're trying to get me back for pruning them. They're like, "You're the one who cut us." Whoosh, whoosh. Okay, maybe not, but like, it's what my brain does. So it's pretty easy for people to walk over. Like, I just walked over it. Oh, hey guys, check this out. I have little melons. Little baby melons. These are, I don't know which personal melons these are. I actually planted quite a few of these. And I have not had any come in yet. But now, all of a sudden, here we are in August. And I'm getting these little baby melons. And look, it's a Megan. She has come back to visit. Because she never is home anymore. She got herself a friend, a male friend. Boyfriend, yes. I was trying to be nice and not disclose information to the YouTube if you do not want me to. But these are the cherry tomatoes I was talking about. The ones that I absolutely adore. Some of them are really close. I'm kind of sad. I'm hoping they'll get nice and ripe, at least one of them, before I leave tomorrow. But I don't know. We'll have to see. These ones are getting pretty ripe too. Pretty excited about those. So, yeah, the chickens were wreaking their havoc. So I kicked them out. Ugh. Look at this. Another one. No self-control. I get no respect around here. I feel like Rodney Dangerfield. Showing my age here, guys. Oh, then there's another one here I wanted to show you. Look at how beautiful these are. They're not like ripe yet, but they were very pretty. So, those are my tomatoes. The lemon cucumbers. So my cucumbers have not been producing. My mother-in-law's cucumbers, like, she's got all these lemon cucumbers. They're crazy. And the bees love these guys. Like, bees absolutely love these guys. Oh, look. Chickens got to these too.
Yeah, they've been getting to everything.
Jerk faces, man. All of them.
This one's pretty big.
Jerk faces. The ones that are starting to turn yellow, Grandma said we can feed to the animals. But I had to put up a fence to keep the chickens out. And then this tomato plant here is my Black Beauty tomatoes. Look at how pretty they are. They're tiny right now. I planted that one pretty late.
Excuse me. You're not one of the chickens we allow in the garden.
Well, they've all been allowed in here recently.
Yeah.
Freaking jerk faces. It's kind of hard to keep them out these days. I have to trim everybody's wings and all that good stuff, but that'll have to wait till I get back. So I hope you guys all have a great day. I'm going to hop off here. I got a few more things I have to do before I leave tomorrow. Megan's going to help me with them. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.